The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers September 24th recap, explosive truths, shattered trust, and a family bombshell. Wednesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful on September 24th packs a heavy punch, unraveling secrets, exposing lies, and tearing relationships apart. Everything changes in this hour, from heartbreak at the Forrester guest house to a long-lost family connection at A.L. Giardino. No one's safe. No one walks away unscathed. At the Forrester guest house, the air is thick with tension. Will Spencer sits with Electra Forrester, finally gathering the courage to tell her what happened on the night of his promotion party, a night that should have marked the beginning of a new chapter, not the end of everything. His words come out slowly, heavily weighed by guilt and confusion. Electra listens in disbelief as he recounts that night, her expression unreadable. But beneath the surface, she's seething. Because what she hears isn't just about a mistake, it's betrayal. Electra's mind races. Just hours ago, she discovered a gut-wrenching truth. Someone had entered Will's room that night while he was drunk, wore her mask, and deceived him into sleeping with them. That someone was Luna Nozawa. What Will perceived as a night with Electra was nothing more than a cruel, calculated violation. But Electra doesn't have the full picture yet. She only knows what she saw and what Will told her. She only knows it looked like he cheated. And that's all she can process. In her eyes, it's simple. Will was with another woman the night before they first made love. The sting is too deep. She can't unsee it, can't unfeel the betrayal, even if she hasn't yet faced the fact that Luna was the predator, not the partner. There's a storm brewing inside her, and Will is caught directly in its path. He tries to explain, to give context, to make her understand that what happened wasn't consensual, that he was drunk, that he thought it was her. But Electra's heartbreak has already calcified into fury. And it gets worse. Electra doesn't know the full truth yet. She doesn't know Luna Nozawa is still alive. And she doesn't know Luna was the one behind the mask, the one who took advantage of Will in his most vulnerable state. That detail will hit like a nuclear bomb when it finally lands. But for now, the confusion, betrayal, and disgust cloud every thought in Electra's mind. She might blame Will. She might blame herself. But the raw wound of trust being broken is already bleeding out. She doesn't scream. She doesn't cry. But she looks Will straight in the eyes and refuses to forgive him. Not for this. Not after everything. Whether she kicks him out or storms out herself, the result is the same, a relationship torn apart at the seams. Will's desperate effort to fix it collapses under the weight of too many lies, too many half-truths, and one unforgettable night. Meanwhile, across town at A.L. Giardino, a different storm is brewing on, just as intense, but far more personal. Deacon Sharp is about to have a meeting that will shake the very foundation of his past. Enter Deke Sharp. The air crackles with electricity as the two men sit across from each other, the resemblance undeniable, the tension palpable. For longtime fans, this moment is decades in the making. Deacon's past is about to come crashing into his present, and he has no idea what he's in for. Long ago, Deacon fathered a child with Becky Moore. That child was once known as Little D, but he's no child anymore. Now he goes by Deke Sharp. Stronger name, stronger man, a man with questions, a man with secrets, a man carrying a legacy he never asked for. Deke's appearance at A.L. Giardino isn't random. It's calculated. It's personal. And while their conversation starts off civil, it quickly spirals into something far deeper. There are words left unsaid, resentments buried too long. And just when Deacon begins to understand that this isn't some distant cousin or old acquaintance, the truth slams into him like a truck. Deke is his son. The weight of that revelation nearly brings Deacon to his knees. A son he never raised. A life he never knew. And just when he thinks he might have a moment to process it all, another twist hits. Deacon, never one to mind his own business, overhears a phone call that wasn't meant for his ears. Deke steps away for a brief call with Remy Price, and what Deacon hears chills him to the bone. They're talking about Luna. Luna, who everyone thought was missing or worse. Luna, who might actually be alive. And if that's not enough to send Deacon spiraling, there's more. Sheila Sharp, Deacon's current partner and eternal wild card, already knows. She's known for a while and has kept the truth hidden not just from Deacon, but from everyone. The implications are staggering. Who else is involved? Why is Luna's survival such a closely guarded secret? What's the angle here and what's Sheila's endgame? Deacon's protective instincts kick in, but the situation is already spiraling out of control. He doesn't know who to trust in Deke, not Remy, and certainly not Sheila. As the pieces start falling into place, Deacon realizes he's caught in the middle of something much bigger than himself. And this time, the cost could be everything: his relationship, his reputation, and the fragile connection he's just uncovered with Deke. Meanwhile, Deke and Remy find themselves in their own whirlwind of emotions. Their relationship, built on a foundation of trust and passion, is being tested like never before. Despite the chaos around them, they reaffirm their love and their commitment to each other. They know more challenges are coming, especially with Luna's reappearance threatening to rip open old wounds, but they're not backing down. Not now. Not after everything. But Luna's return isn't just a romantic complication, it's a live wire waiting to explode. Her presence in Los Angeles is a ticking time bomb. She's carrying secrets that could shatter lives, including Will's and Electra's. The truth about what happened that night, whole truth, won't stay buried forever. And when it comes out, it won't just destroy relationships. It could bring down families, reputations, and possibly lead to criminal charges. Will, meanwhile, is spiraling. Cast out by Electra, rejected for something he didn't consent to. He's left wondering how everything went so wrong so fast. He's not just dealing with heartbreaks, confronting trauma, guilt, and the burden of being misunderstood. He trusted the wrong people. He thought he was safe. Now he's alone, his name stained by something he didn't own. Someone's going to pay for that. Electra, heartbroken but strong, is trying to put the pieces together. She knows something doesn't add up. The more she thinks about Will's story, the more it haunts her. Why would someone impersonate her? Who would go that far? And why is Luna's name starting to appear again, like a ghost that refuses to stay buried? Answers are coming. The Bold and the Beautiful is setting up a storyline so explosive, it could redefine the show's landscape for months. The return of Luna, the fallout between Will and Electra, the secret connection between Deacon and Deke, and the mysterious motives of Sheila all converge into one storm that no one will see coming. Hold on, because this story is just getting started. And in the world of the Bold and the Beautiful, the truth doesn't just hurt. It destroys. The Bold and the Beautiful. Thomas is single again. Will Ivy be the one to heal his heart? In the world of the Bold and the Beautiful, no heart stays whole for long, and no breakup is ever truly the end. The latest casualty of the romantic battlefield is Thomas Forrester. After months of anticipation and emotional buildup, his engagement to Paris Buckingham has officially come to an end. The wedding that was meant to seal their future collapsed under the weight of pressure, mostly from Paris's family. And now Thomas returns to Los Angeles not as a groom, but as a man looking for purpose, balancing maybe, without meaning Tolov. Though Thomas is devastated by the fallout, there's an air of inevitability to it all. Paris, while beautiful, intelligent, and compassionate, was never truly his match. Their bond was passionate but shaky, stitched together more by momentum and convenience than deep-rooted connection. And now, with their relationship severed, Thomas is left to pick up the pieces. But this is Thomas Forrester. He doesn't stay down for long. He's back in Los Angeles and back at Forrester Creations, his creative energy simmering beneath the surface, waiting to be unleashed. Yet the question lingers in every corner of the office, behind every glance and whispered hallway conversation. Who will be the next woman to capture Thomas's heart? Many fans are loudly hoping for a Thope reunion. Thomas and Hope Logan have history, chemistry, and heartbreak between them. Their story has always hovered just at the edge of redemption, conflict by obsession, betrayal, and moments of clarity and grace. But despite all that, they've never managed to truly find peace with one another. For now, Hope is entangled in her own web of uncertainty, torn between the remnants of her marriage to Liam Spencer and her growing, complicated dynamic with Carter Walton. Hope is not available, at least not emotionally. And this clears the path for someone unexpected. Enter Ivy Forrester. The Australian beauty and jewelry designer has made her quiet return to Forrester Creations. A few years ago, Ivy was caught in a messy love triangle involving Wyatt Spencer and Thomas himself. The chemistry between Thomas and Ivy back then was undeniable, fast-burning, and disruptive. Their fling didn't last long, but it was enough to leave a mark and to dismantle Ivy's romance with Wyatt. Now, with both Wyatt and Paris out of the picture, and Ivy newly single and re-immersed in the Forrester world, the stage is set for something to reignite. Thomas and Ivy may be cousins by title, but fans know the Forrester family tree is more complicated than it seems. Technically, Thomas is a Maroon. His biological father is Ridge Forrester, who in turn is the biological son of Massimo Marone and Eric Forrester. This means Thomas and Ivy share no blood relation. What they do share, however, is a professional history, a romantic past, and a powerful creative spark that could easily evolve into something far more intimate. Now that Thomas is back in the design studio, and Ivy is working closely on a new jewelry line for an upcoming Forrester collection, their paths will collide more frequently. What starts as creative collaboration might quickly transform into something electric. Late-night sketching, close consultations, lingering glances, it's only a matter of time before old feelings resurface. But this is the bold and the beautiful, and no romance arrives without resistance. The moment Thomas and Ivy start showing signs of something more than friendship, expect the entire Forrester landscape to shift. Ridge may raise an eyebrow. Steffi, always protective of her brother, may question Ivy's motives or worrying about Thomas spiraling back into impulsive behaviors. And then there's the outside pressure. Liam Spencer, still hung up on Hope and always positioning himself as the protector of every woman he's ever loved, won't sit idly by. He knows Ivy. He's dated her. He once loved her. And though his heart is still very much tangled with Hope, seeing Ivy fall for Thomas will stir up emotions he thought were long buried. Liam has always had a hero complex, and Ivy is no stranger to his need to intervene. He may try to warn her to paint Thomas as dangerous, unstable, or manipulative. But Ivy has grown. She's no longer the insured designer from years past. She's strong, confident, and fiercely independent. Still, Liam's interference may only be the beginning. Hope Logan is bound to have a reaction as well. She's told herself time and again that her feelings for Thomas are in the past. But seeing him with someone else close, someone she knows will ignite a fire she thought had been extinguished. As much as she's tried to move on with Carter, as much as she's trying to co-parent with Liam, part of her still remembers what it felt like to be the center of Thomas's world. She remembers the intensity, the devotion, the passion. Seeing that same passion aimed at Ivy could unravel her carefully curated emotional detachment. Meanwhile, Thomas isn't playing games. He's not scheming, not manipulating. After years of therapy, growth, and painful consequences, he's finally in a place where he wants something real. He wants a partner, not a project. And Ivy, with her talent, poise, and maturity, might be exactly what he's been missing. She challenges him without judgment. She understands the creative process. She's been burned before, and so has he. They're both scarred, but maybe they're exactly what each other needs to heal. Still, history has a way of repeating itself in this town. If they move too fast, old insecurities may rise. If they take it slow, outside voices may drown them out. And if Hope decides she wants Thomas back after all, things could get messy fast. Hope's feelings may not stay buried for long. The more she watches Thomas and Ivy grow closer, the more she realizes what she's lost. The timing was never right with her and Thomas. He was too unstable. She was too loyal to Liam. But now, he's stable. He's calm. And he's looking at another woman like she's the only one in the room. That might be more than Hope can bear. Then there's Carter. Smooth, sophisticated, steady. Hope has leaned on him during her rocky path post-divorce. But Carter's not Thomas. He's not unpredictable. He doesn't spark that same reckless, breathless kind of love. And when faced with watching Thomas fall for someone else, Hope may realize that safe isn't enough. But it might be too late. Liam, too, is in dangerous territory. Torn between fighting for Hope and interfering in Ivy's love life, he might sabotage both relationships and end up alone. His obsession with playing the moral compass could backfire, alienating Ivy and driving Hope further away. And if he crosses the line with Thomas, things could turn volatile. Thomas has changed, but he hasn't forgotten how to fight. In the weeks to come, The Bold and the Beautiful is positioning Thomas and Ivy as the dark horse couple no one saw coming but now can't stop watching. The chemistry is there. The timing is right. And the obstacles, while formidable, only add to the thrill. Whether they fall into something casual or build something lasting, one thing is certain. Nothing stays quiet for long in the halls of Forrester Creations. Expect whispers. Expect jealousy, expect sabotage, and expect spark speckles when Thomas Forrester loves. He loves hard. As the days unfold, the question isn't if Ivy and Thomas will become something more, it's when. And when that happens, they won't just be fighting for love. They'll be fighting to prove that this time, it's real. This time, it's not a scandal. It's not an affair. It's something built from ashes. And whether the world accepts it or not, they'll set it ablaze. Stay tuned. The next great Forrester love story might already be underway.